Hi everyone, happy Monday. Welcome to your Monday MoJo. This is episode 2 with Coach Mo. Thank you for having some Joe with me this morning. If you joined me last week, then you know that last week was my first episode, and so I walked you through what your Monday MoJo is, but in essence, it's just sharing a few minutes with me every Monday morning, and I hope to share some insightful information that can help you as the leader in your career and also as the leader in your life. And so to start this series, we're covering the 34 talents that can become strengths as identified by the Gallup tool called Strengths Finder. It's one of the easiest tools that we can use as managers and leaders to make sure that we understand our teams, the individuals that work for us, how they love to operate. And so with that information, we know that they can become more engaged, more productive, more successful, and stay with us for longer periods of time, and as individuals really accomplish the goals that they set out to accomplish. So last week, we focused on the strength of achiever. And as you know, there are 4 dimensions of leadership within this tool. And we are focusing on the first dimension, which is execution. Okay? And under execution, it's really the talents that help us to execute, right? We all have to execute things in our lives, but we all do it in different ways. And these talents are very specific in how they help us to accomplish that. Some of us may have executing talents high up in our 34, and others of us may not. So the beauty of this tool is to recognize where our top talents are and really spend the majority of our time leveraging those talents, again, for ultimate productivity, happiness, joy, engagement at work and in life. And we can also use this tool with our families, by the way, with our kids. It's a wonderful insight for us as parents in how to better parent our children. So with that said, we talked about achiever last time, and this time I want to talk about the arranger, okay? So when I think of arranger, I think of a couple different things. I think of a juggler, right? Someone who juggles a lot of different things, and they can really move quickly in identifying what resources are necessary for a task, right? Another way that we can look at it is a composer. A composer is up there, and he or she has his whole orchestra, and he has to bring all of these elements together to make a beautiful arrangement, a beautiful sound. So someone who's very talented in arranger, when there's a project that needs to be done, whether it's small or large, in their mind, they know exactly what they need to do to bring the resources. And I'm talking about people especially, right? If they're in a team, they know who in their team they need to bring together to build this puzzle to execute this task, right? So whether it's people or money or other resources that we need within projects, an arranger is a wonderful person to bring on board. They are extremely flexible, right? So if things change, that they actually thrive in environments of change because they don't like things to be static. They like to, again, just think about, how can I bring all of this together to create this magic that we want to see happen? Okay, so arrangers have a natural ability to orchestrate people and resources for maximum productivity. Okay, so let me give you the short and skinny about arrangers. Who are they? They are individuals that are very comfortable with lots of moving parts, right? Not someone who needs to be extremely focused, but someone who wants to see the whole picture and bring it all together. They work effectively and efficiently through others. It's not about them doing it all. It's about them bringing everyone together to do it all as a team. They bring flexibility and interactivity. They love to engage with multiple people at all levels to make something happen. They require a dynamic environment. So someone with arranger will thrive in a dynamic environment, not necessarily in a static environment. They love initiating and managing necessary change. So again, like the majority of people out there who are not necessarily comfortable with change, if you have someone with a ranger, that's a fantastic thing if you're in a highly changeable environment. The metaphor or image, again, for this that you can use is a coordinator, right? And I can say that many, many years ago, I was a coordinator of large and multiple events. And it was something that I did naturally, right? Which was I knew what the event that I was organizing, and I had to bring all of these resources in a timely manner and get it done. But of course, there's a lot of change involved in that. So the arranging, the coordinating of events and programs is a good metaphor, in addition to a juggler and a maestro in an orchestra. Now, when we talk about barrier labels, remember that these are the things that if we overuse our talents too much, they can become weaknesses for us, and others will perceive us in a different way, a slightly negative way, immature way. And so sometimes we can be seen as too flexible, right? We're not focused enough or diligent enough. We have our hands in everything. And we lack structure, right? So if we have a ranger, sometimes people can perceive us in that fashion. Again, it's very important for us within our talents to understand what our potential barrier labels are so that we can work well with others, be very aware and understand that and work through it. And finally, arrangers are just extremely intuitive. Within seconds, they know exactly how to make things happen and what they need to do, who they need to bring together in order to make things happen. So that is a ranger. Perhaps some of you have already taken StrengthsFinder and have a ranger. If you do, I'd love for you to share below in the comments what a ranger means to you. How does it come out in your life? Or perhaps you're seeing someone on your team that there's a strong possibility they could have a ranger, and you're starting to think about how to maximize their talent a little bit more. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week for the next Your Monday Mojo, when we cover the next talent. And the next talent we're going to talk about is belief. And I love this one. So I can't wait to share that with you. Have a fabulous Monday and a fabulous week. Take care.